Hey, you know you're being recorded.
Yeah, no, I have no idea.
Oh, it's absolutely unintrusive.
Absolutely.
You could even just not notice it too. Oh shit! We could have gone to the stage.
Could have, yes.
The stage has a built-in talking stick and everything.
Yep. Um,
From Umbridge.
I wonder what game he's playing right now, because that's usually what takes him so long.
He's probably either like eating with family or walking the dogs.
Yeah. All right. In that case, I'm gonna go get myself some water because I am outside and it is hot as fuck. But I'm outside because I can only vape outside.
Jesus Christ, it's still hot outside for you?
Yeah, it's like a fucking 80 degrees still.
Fuck. Do 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 do.
Alrighty.
He is assisting a hunt. That is what he is doing.
What?
He is assisting a hunt.
So it's gonna.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the fax machine gargling your girl cock.
So it'll be a but character that I can answer now he gets here.
Lucy, stop choking the
Yes.
machine. Hello?
What about now?
It's a little bit better. Anyways, you were saying?
Do you have any questions about your character that I could help with you now before he gets here?
Do I have to run the guardsman as well?
Um, I'm gonna say no, and simply because I would like to both be involved on the kicking your ass side and being a part of your guys' team side. And since I already have made a guardsman character, whoop de fucking do.
Oh, cool. I will also inform you that I still barely know how it works. I pretty much skimmed through it. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. As
I am
long as you,
interested.
huh?
I am interested in the D10 system.
Yeah, it's just kind of meant to make things super, super simple because I am a simple minded creature. The reason I went for D10 is because I have to use less numbers and give less of a fuck.
Fair enough.
I kind of built this system in a way that would allow me to just both DM and possibly even be a character in without needing to remember so many different things, you know?
Yeah, That's one of the reasons why I'm recording is because I have learned I have a terrible memory. I cannot fix that. But I can record.
Yeah. Um. Hmm.
The main reason why I'm so happy to record as well is because I have like an entire program that takes an audio file and extracts all of the words and even figures out when one person's saying the words, then when another person's saying the words. It's great.
Supercalifragisticexpialidocious.
You fucker. You are a you fucker. You're no longer a
Oh,
goat fucker. You're a you fucker. You've been downgraded.
wow,
Good.
that's depressing. All right, so for your weapons, you have plasma rifle. All right, that's going to be really fucking good. Las pistol. Yep. Power axe. Power axe is also going to be really good in this situation. So will crack grenades. Frag grenades are going to be mostly horde clearing. Uh, Medicaid, instant Medicaid kit. As for equipment, your servo arm that works. Repair tools, absolutely. Um, Now I must ask because I'm sure you don't entirely know. Do you have one, two, or four servo arms? And that also brings me to the question: is are they weaponized or are they meant for messing with stuff?
I would think that they are either like mechanized or reinforced to give me another source of strength.
Okay, so
I
you're a combat tech priest.
Well, yeah, I mean I'm slow moving. I have tech, but I don't have any of the agility.
The absolute slowest fucking creature to exist. You're also one of the most durable motherfuckers out there as well.
I could also just be like a mini dreadnought.
Effectively, that is what tech priests are. It does take quite a bit to put one down. Even I'll put it this way: read a book recently where a tech priest went rogue. The fucker killed 3 Space Marine squads before finally being put down by the chapter master. A Space Marine squad is 10 fucking Space Marines.
Yeah, but there's also just like a fuck ton of variability when it comes to the priests. Because you could have
Oh,
like a brand
absolutely.
new one, and then you could have like a well seasoned tech priest that you cannot understand because it's just loudspeaker screeching sounds.
Yeah, it's loudspeaker screeching sounds and a lot of binaric chittering.
That might as well just be a fucking creature at that point.
Yeah, yeah. Some guardsmen regiments completely abhor fucking tech priests because they genuinely think they're Xenos.
I mean, if there's a Xenos that augments themselves similarly or just develop camouflage, that would be a viable strategy.
Yeah,
It would be a scary viable strategy, and it would probably fail after a little while due to some thing getting extremely pissed off and just deciding to kill all of them.
he got an archetype of 8 roll. What archetypes does that give him access to? So that'll give him only tier 1.
I am going to get some music.
All right. I love how you got tier 3 and you decided to go for probably the second most powerful one in tier 3.
Yeah, just a quick skim through to figure out what I wanted.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh God, YouTube has an Ask YouTube AI button now. You,
but
Hideous Destructor music. Hope that's gameplay. That's gameplay.
Funniest thing is their freaking guardsman is also just as freakishly strong, but also just as goddamn slow.
Ah, yes. Also, I will say this. Please be patient. I don't consume Warhammer media.
No, I get that.
Now for music. To fiddle with the volume of the damn thing. Hmm, there we go.
Here we go indeed.
Ah, Medicare backstory taken into the world. Oh, I have a backstory for mine. I just thought it would be vetoed.
Um, I don't really veto backstories. I mean, like, your backstory can just kind of be whatever. The warp kind of allows genuine nonsense.
Oh yeah, but mine's a tech priest. He has to have like an ordered and structured background part.
Yeah, you've told me. But yeah, tech priests are, by all accounts, genuinely fucking insane.
Do 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 do
Hmm?
do 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 do.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
chose to do the Hive City escape instead of a planet escape first because it'll be easier as a test session and kind of to get everyone to get their bearings of what can and can't be done and, you know, how things are portrayed and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, and yeah.
Yee.
I'm sorry, but like 90% of my mind at this hour is nothing but sound bites.
I do not blame you. I originally was going to try to get this session in earlier, but I just had stuff to do today.
Me too. Fortunately, I'm gonna have to wake up like at least 30 minutes earlier than I usually do so I can prepare my body for the bullshitination.
Yeah, that backstory works perfectly. It is more than common for a tech priest to say, fuck you and your goddamn retreat. I'm staying here. And then they need a space marine to come save their ass because they're really fucking important.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably why they're called tech priests. They're extremely important. They can't be allowed to die, but also shut the fuck up and follow. You goddamn personified escort mission. Also, if the escort mission could turn around and instantly kill you if you offended it.
Yeah, the space marines are. They're. I want to say less than human. Some chapters are genuinely human, but most the majority of chapters could give less of a fuck.
Oh, God, you'd think that I smoked. Fuck. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Uh, oh, yeah, it's been a while since I showed off my desktop.
It has been a while.
Much has changed.
Oh, really?
Screenshot, uh, new screenshot, screen. No. 3-second delay. New screenshot.
Oh my god, I got the dissenter.
Oh my god, both of them joined at once.
Yeah, we were both hunting.
Hello?
Oh,
Oh, we have a spectator.
It's he is
Get on the-
expectation of existence. Alrighty, Alex.
I'm going to die.
There is a 99% chance that yes, you do absolutely die. Unless your combat rolls are out the fucking ass.
Their name's going to be Grug.
Hey, not a bad desktop setup.
Uh, uh, mm. Suddenly
Your
the brain.
name,
I truly do not. Yeah, no,
your name is Grug. I can't believe I don't have Ogren on here.
Hey, it's like the first version, so you don't have to have everything.
Ogrons are my absolute fucking favorite.
Hmm.
You can police my asshole, Matt.
do not tempt him. I'm pretty sure Matt likes any.
All right, I have to completely mute the music bot because it is so loud on my end.
Alright, so I'm just gonna fucking take this shit.
Right. I have no idea what channel I'm supposed to be in.
Mazel
Right.
tov and lid crack.
However, I think I found the screenshot for if I ever make this into a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Bro, I think I genuinely just get like fuck all in terms of equipment.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. You rolled a 0 on your well.
Oh god, I did.
Yes, poverty. Enjoy it.
I'm just thinking, bro, I'm just using a lead pipe to beat the crap out of people.
You can't even afford a lead pipe.
No, I just ripped it out of the wall with all of my 2 strength.
Well, I mean,
Nah,
that's base human strength, so I mean, technically you could. I
he's
can't
using
believe
corpse
all of your
strength.
stats rolled
I'm
so
scum.
fucking low.
Rage, nothing. Melee, a fucking pipe. Grenades, what are those?
Stats, kill me already, please.
A rusty lead pipe. How do you rust lead?
With a lot of effort and water. Armor type,
A
none.
rusty lead pipe. How does lead rust?
Wait, armor type, just commando.
Armor type would be broken flak armor, since flak is worse than carapace.
Oh, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Matt on his way to be the most sane of us at this point.
A rusty lead pipe. Jesus fucking Christ. I swear to God, if Alex's character is the only one to actually make it out of the city alive, I'm gonna shoot myself on the fucking spot. Oh my God.
Archetype, the scum. I gotta fix the archetype real quick. There we go.
I swear to God,
Wow.
if he's the only Medicare killing me, just somehow ended up here. Scum. The fucking tech priest just kind of found you and you're just like, you're so sad that I think you don't even belong as a servitor. Let's get you
No, no,
off
no,
this.
no. I'm trying to preserve him as a unique servitor. No, hold wasted oil.
Hey, I got 5 willpower and 6 speed. It's got to be worth something.
Honestly, that speed, what? I gotta go back and look at what 6 speed gives you, because I know 4 and below are human scale.
It is enough to yeet the tech priest.
If you can lift me, I am pretty much fused to the ground at any given moment.
Yeah, you do. You are reasonably strong.
You have
It looks like
transhuman speed. You are practically as fast as a space marine. I just want to point that the fuck out, Alex.
He's just a fucking A train. Oh my God, I'm literally just a Flash.
What
Super fast.
happened?
Super, I I specified for one build, and that build is speed.
All right. So, how do I get the scum into the group? Oh, I know. You know that explosion I mentioned earlier that sealed off the exit?
Explosion tossed him in.
Yeah, that explosion just kind of threw the scum right in front of Tail 17 and Larita's feet. They're just staring at him now.
I could play like Wolverine.
Oh
oh,
my
wait,
God.
character. God damn it.
I mean, hey, you're going to be able to resist being afraid of the Tyranid swarm when it comes because you have transhuman willpower.
Hey, he could be a useful psyker if those existed.
Yeah,
Wait, no. Even better. Even better. He's not a psyker because he just refused to be one.
he's just like, fuck that. I'm not poking that scary purple bastard.
No. Even better. Fuck you. I'm not a bitch.
Okay. Okay. Whew. All right. So, yeah, Grug is launched from a catwalk and just falls in front of Kale 17 and Lariat. Lariat immediately points her las rifle at him because explosion just kind of triggered her nerves.
This fucker's carrying only a lead pipe. I don't think he could hurt her if he tried.
I wouldn't
Maybe even a
underestimate.
rusty lead pipe.
I wouldn't underestimate the rusty lead pipe.
It is the power of Grug.
So you know
All
the
right.
Dalek's voice?
Yeah.
AL-17 is gonna sound like that.
Oh
I
my
Oh
can't do
god.
God!
I can't do the voice. Like
Exterminate!
he's just gonna have a
Exterminate!
mechanical arm extend through his sleeve, grab Grug and stand him upright and say, Meatbag is now a shield.
Lariat's just gonna lower her las rifle and be like, "Yeah, well, guess you're a meatbag now."
They're gonna look down. See that they're currently being held above the ground. They don't really have a choice, do they?
No, no, those servo arms are capable of ripping open ceramite plating. So,
I'm being quote unquote gentle.
oh yeah, no, absolutely. I'm sure Cal has perfect control over his servo arms.
Oh yes,
Bro,
absolutely. Those totally don't need like 17 firmware updates.
bro,
Totally don't.
He's waiting for the
you all
one.
could play volleyball with me, and I wouldn't be able to say anything about it.
No, no, you fucking would not. Um, but as they're kind of having this little bit of small talk of Grug suddenly existing because he wasn't there before. In the distance they hear screams and then las gunfire before nothing. um
Hmm,
and on top of
that may
that,
sound dangerous. Grugno like that.
yeah, Cal's Auspex automatically zooms in onto a distant dark corridor and is able to see two Hormagaunts being followed by what look like Gene Stealers, but they still have that very human aspect to them, but they're not human enough to be immediately consumed by the swarm. And they are carrying what look like Tyranid biorifles.
Hmm. But take those weapons. Could help.
Enemy biologicals inbound. Kill the human ones.
Scrolling up for a second. Lariat is going to immediately take a kneel once she hears Cal stop talking, and she's going to aim her las rifle in the direction that he is looking. And at that moment, the Hormagaunts scream and bolt towards them.
Hmm.
So now everybody roll a combat roll. So, not right now, buddy. I'm busy. So this is Lariat's roll. Oh God, I think she dies in the first encounter.
All right. Let's see how Grug does. Hey, Grug got a 6.
Fucking hell, Grug is A-okay.
This man is just fucking chucked the fucking pipe at the thing's head, knocked it out somehow.
Yeah, actually, with a 6, Grug gets no injuries, and does kill a good few of them.
Grug now have a
Of
weapon.
of course, freaking Cal rolls a 9 and just absolutely slaughters all of them. But this will be role played out, of course.
Our axe go burr.
I'm going to.
Oh my, wait! Oh my God! Grug is just like Hagar.
Oh god.
He's gonna somehow jump in the air, slam a pipe onto your head, knocks him out.
Yeah, Lariat took 2 immediate major wounds to her chest.
You want to come show Pop Pop?
Yep.
Grab your motorcycle.
Yeah.
I need both of you to roll a d6. Whoever rolls higher gets to go first with the role play.
I got a 5.
I got a 3.
All right, Alex, that would be you first. You get to decide. He cannot kill all 4 Hormagaunts and all 4 Gene Stealers, but he could kill about half of them.
I is to each. Yes. With a show of brazen courage, he would charge forward, somehow managing to avoid the blaster fire. As he gets up close, he just fucking whacks one in the face so hard it kind of like caves in their skull a little bit, and just while the others are probably understandably stunned by the fact that this manlet maybe just fucking used a pipe to kill one of them. He's just gonna fucking knock out the knees of another and just paralyze him from the neck and down with another whack.
Alrighty. So he killed 2 of the Gene Stealers, practically instantaneously. Now, Kale gets to Aura Farm.
Would using my Medicare kit deplete it, or does it have like a number of uses?
So the instant Medicaid kit would be usable up to 3 times because, of course, it is in the hands of a tech priest. Not to mention, it is a freaking not an archmagos, but he's still up there. So yeah, he would know the exact amount that would need to be used, so he can, in fact, help Lariat survive.
He is going to use his less than optimal biological limbs to repair Lariat's outdated form, while using
Alrighty.
mechanical arms to pass the power axe back and forth as they grab onto targets and just leave them apart like a factory floor processing sheets of iron.
All right, so he just absolutely decimates the 4 Hormagaunts that were charging him, and I'm going to take a safe assumption here and say that one of his servo arms grabs his plasma rifle and just guns down the last 2 Gene Stealers.
That's what I was gonna say is if there was a free limb, you would have gotten that to manage them from getting too close or too far.
All right, yeah. So Grug just, as he turns around, or I guess turns to face the other 2 Gene Stealers, a just flash of blue rips past him and turns both of the Gene Stealers into fucking puddles of slime as he just sees the Hormagaunt body parts flying away from him and Lariat. As Lariat, who should very much so be dead from the 2 gaping holes in her chest, suddenly sits up, gasping for air. But, instead of gasping, she takes a deep breath and is completely confused as to how she's still alive.
This one should
Oh,
be dead.
I was not at all gentle in the process. She can be screaming.
Oh yeah, no, she's definitely very much so in shock, but that shock is also preventing her from screaming. However, at this moment, the ceiling of the underhive begins to crack from the earlier explosion, and Cal estimates they probably got 2 minutes before this section of the underhive collapses.
He, so
Vacate in 2 minutes.
my God, Cal's gonna run a Windows 98, isn't he? You just hear like dial tone noises for the entire 2 minutes.
There's dial tone noises in the background of his voice because fuck you.
So Lariat is going to stand up, and after hearing Cal say that they have 2 minutes, she is going to scan the environment, and she's going to point up to a catwalk that has fallen down, and she's like, "We could get up there, and that should lead us up and out of this level of the underhive."
I just Can I use the repair tools to make the path there easier and faster?
While yes, I would also not suggest it as the timer to having several
It
hundred
would
thousand tons of steel falling on you
it would take
is
too long.
yeah, it would take too long.
Oh, Cal's got this.
Okay.
I trust him.
Get the entire fucking group killed in
He can
less
hold it
than
up.
10
He can hold it up. Trust.
minutes.
Yes, yes. How about I fucking yeet something at the support system of the catwalk to force part of it to fall down so we can climb it?
All right. You could just literally
Well, why am
yeet one
I
in the head.
throwing shit? I could just fire a plasma at it.
Yep. So another
Grug thinking.
another blue bolt of plasma slams into the catwalk and causes it to fall down at an angle that the lessers are able to climb up. And freaking uh that allows Lariat and Grug to get up as well, and they begin running. As they're running, the entire roof begins collapsing behind them, and they manage to get out and onto a lift. And I'm sure Cal is going to immediately turn it on and start rising them up above the collapsing section of the underhive. They only make it up what feels like 2-3 stories just above the collapsing section. And as they do so, they come across a sealed steel door.
We'll have to find another way around.
It's just steel, right?
Yeah, it's just a seal. The lock is still working and everything.
Can I just fucking rip it apart? Why?
Yeah, you could.
No.
Roll a strength D10 for me.
I have the options of a power axe and repair tools to break it open. And I could also just use a grenade.
You could also just walk to the fucking panel being a tech priest, type some shit in, and have it open automatically.
I mean, it should
Oh,
do
wow.
that automatically. I am its controller.
Hey,
But I
it's
will
jammed.
also use a mechanical arm to reach over there and beep boop that shit into opening.
All right, so you beep boop that shit, and then the door begins to slowly, loudly, and painfully slow just open.
Ripping it
And
up would have been faster.
yes, it would have. But yeah, as the doors open and they get open enough for all three of them to see through, there is just a mound of guardsmen corpses, hive scummer corpses, and another mound of Hormagaunt corpses. It very much so looks like a very heavy battle went on here. Grug can also get a weapon from here.
Ooh. Yes. Grug, no, I'm gonna do a funny thing. Actually, that thing. Grug to the pile, see someone he knows. Wife gone. Grug sad.
Your ceremony was not condoned. Move on.
I mean, the wife was in the pile.
Larry going first to step onto the court is going to. That is funny. Lariat is going to be the first to step out and onto the corpses as she draws her combat knife and begins stabbing every Tyranid form they come across. No matter if it's blown apart or whatnot, she stabs it anyway just to make sure. Kale's fucking Auspex scans movement within the pile.
Grug is getting weapons. Maybe.
Action self movement. And with that, he's just going to fire one of the last rounds into the movement.
As he fires a las round into the moving pile, rippers would burst forth through the bottom of the pile and begin running towards him and Grug, as Lariat would turn around and immediately pull the shredder grenade off of her chest, rip the pin out, and roll it into the pile where the ripper swarm. Rippers are these tiny little fuckers that break down for the greater hive. And then within a second, the grenade's gonna go off because of a messed up fuse, and it is going to obliterate the Ripper swarm and toss a chainsword at Grug's feet.
Oh yes, he's going to pick up the chainsaw. Does he have the strength to pick it up though?
Yeah, it's human sized. It's not an Astartes or an Eviscerator chainsword, so he can pick it up.
All right. I just had the idea of just he is too short for this chainsword.
No, it'd be funny if he was like a ratling or something. But yeah, no, he's capable of picking it up. And it's in okay condition. A couple of the teeth on the blade are chipped from carving through Tyranid forms, and the handle is bloodied. I mean, there's a lot of blood though. There's blood dripping from the ceilings, dripping down the walls, pooling on the floor. However, it is not a good idea to stay here, and Lariat voices her opinion very quickly about such and says there will absolutely be more Tyranid forms on the way because of that explosion.
Meanwhile, Al is still moving in that direction. He is just slow.
Grug would put the metal pipe onto his back and then carry the chainsaw. He is keeping this pipe, damn it.
Oh yeah, no, that's a-okay.
And he's somehow going
Lariat
to speed down the hallway.
is going to kneel down and take one of the purity seals off of the armor of a fallen comrade, and she's going to slap it onto her chest using the heat from one of her battery packs for her las gun to reseal the wax onto her chest as she just keeps moving, standing near Cal because, well, of course, she is his bodyguard. As they move through this corridor, they just see more and more bodies, more and more scorch marks from las fire. But eventually, the bodies stop. They stop at just like in a perfect line, but there's still blood all over the place.
There is something here. Grug don't like this room.
Lariat is going to look to Grug and be like, "No, this is just the aftermath of Rippers already coming through here. I don't understand why they didn't take the blood. Something else Something else must have taken their attention before they could have cleaned everything up. They don't ever leave biomass like this behind unless they have to. And that is when they hear bolter fire from several corridors down. Well, at least what they believe is bolter fire. It doesn't have the same hyper explosive charge that a normal bolter round would have. It's just the thunk that a normal bolter would make, but there is no after explosion. And the bolter fire doesn't last very long, but it is followed by some really heavy footsteps leaving the area. Lariat is going to look over in the direction of what happened and of the noise, and she's going to make a educated guess, and she's going to raise her head up and say, "Well, that was likely an Ogren. Sounded like a ripper more than a bolter. But we should
I'm
keep
going
moving
to
because, huh?
I'm going to check the Vox communicator to see if
The
there's any
Vox systems are currently completely scrambled due to the amount of synapse creatures on the surface of the planet, completely breaking Vox communication. All he gets back is static and a couple of scattered words from a commissar saying that they're being overrun. We have to get back to the evac ships. There's one at the top of the tower. But the specified tower is completely gargled out by static, and it is unmakeoutable even for Cal and his decryption skills.
Clearly, this should be played out loud as he's receiving it at maximum volume.
Yeah. Lariat is going to turn to Cal and look at him, and she's going to say, "That sounded like Commissar fucking insert name here because I can't remember what I have. I can go check my notes if you guys want."
Commissar McBiggin.
Yes, I returned from the grave.
Commissar Rax. Commissar Rax. She says, "That's Commissar Rax. He was stationed in the north tower of the city. We should be about 4.5 miles from there."
Okay, we should head there.
She's going to nod and be like, "Yeah, that's going to be our best option." Um, and as she finishes saying that, Grug is actually the first one to hear it because he's so far ahead of the group. There is a scuttling that is coming down the hallway, and eventually it gets louder and louder.
Something coming. He's going to ready the chainsword.
Alrighty.
In his mind, he's planning on using it as a blunt weapon.
He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know to pull the lever to make the blade start spinning, huh?
I mean, he's never operated a chainsword before.
Can I
That.
scream that at him in like frustration?
Yes, yes, you absolutely fucking.
Meat bag, pull trigger.
And it's imagine it's me caving in the skull of one.
I don't see him caving in the skull of this. I feel that Cal is going to be the one that has to fucking kill it. As a fucking biovore, which is a biological tank, essentially, comes barreling down the corridor. Immediately, Lariat is going to start firing her las rifle at it. The las rifle has absolutely no effect, even when hitting the less armored segments of its body.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to focus the plasma rifle onto like a single spot, and then have one of the servo arms just baseball pitch a crack grenade at it as hard as possible.
All right. Um, that crack grenade alone blows apart its head as the biovore falls to the ground.
And we continue walking because he can't fucking run.
Yep, that slow little bastard. All that weight, he can't do shit with it. Yeah, they continue on, and eventually they reach a small group of guardsmen who are held up in a cross section. A lot of them look worse for wear. Most of them are pretty injured, and they almost fire onto the group before seeing Cal and the sergeant of the squad. Well, not really a squad, it's multiple squads, but the sergeant, or the one that they've chosen to be in command, would stand up, cross their fist over their chest to salute Cal and give him the rundown of what is happening. The sergeant has a griddled voice. It's scratchy and it sounds like he's partially choking on his own blood as he informs Cal that there has been constant Tyranid attacks, waves after waves of Hormagaunts, and that it is not safe to continue forward. However, Lariat just immediately domes the sergeant as she sees him as a coward for keeping his men here where they are bound to die,
Oh, good. I don't
locked in
have to
their
be
own
the bad
defense.
guy. I'm going to immediately strip the armor off of him to give to my other personal guardsman. I have two now.
You have one that has combat experience and could kill a space marine, and then you have Grug.
Hey, Grug has already killed 2 people.
I'm also going
Grug,
to just glance
huh?
over the rest of
Grug
them
has
to see
killed
if they
2
have.
people with a lead pipe. That
Cal
might
would
be
notice that they do actually still have a decent supply of crack grenades, and they also have a proper, good. I wouldn't say pristine, but it is a good condition chainsword that has it has been recently worked on by another tech priest, which he sees the body of up in the wires. That tech priest got fucked. That's all I'm gonna
Mm.
say. There's wires and servos all over the place from its body. It looks like it just got ripped apart in a melee fight.
He's gonna have servo arm just like wrench the sword, the blade out of Grog's hands and swap it for the better one as he becomes briefly distracted by reciting the rites to the corpse of the other tech priest, which sounds nearly entirely like Markiplier screaming.
Grug is gonna look to Lariat. Is that her name?
Yep.
And he's going to say, need cart. He moves slow.
She's gonna chuckle a little bit and say, "Yeah, we probably should get him some wheels."
Going to have the las pistol aim at Grug for a moment before just deciding it's not important.
It's not important in this situation. I need another meat bag so I can get off this world with this tech cube.
I mean, to
Optimal
be
numbers
fair,
have been achieved.
but he could be more optimal if he were faster.
Lariat is going to give a quick and heavy-hearted speech to the guardsmen there, and she's going to send them forward ahead of them while Cal recites the shit for the dead tech priest, and Lariat herself begins to burn the corpses of the fallen while saying under her breath, "These bastards won't get a goddamn lick of blood from us."
Grug sees the ones going ahead of them and just goes, "They're gonna die."
Lariat turns to him and he's like, "Shut the fuck up, you stupid bastard. They don't know that. I told them it was safe."
You know that Markiplier clip where he's just flashing a watchtower's floodlights on and off and screaming?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I'm sorry. I just had to get the clip out.
Lariat's gonna turn to Cal and she's gonna be like, "Sir, we need to get out of here. if what they said is true, there's probably a warrior around here somewhere, and we do not have the firepower to bring it down.
Metal
Well, we do.
and then just starts to follow.
Which ones?
Other than that, once he finishes reciting things, they do in fact hear something in the distance, kind of scuttling through the shadows. And while Lariat doesn't immediately know what it is, she has a very good idea, and she says, "That's probably a Tyranid assassin form, and we need to go now, Magos."
Magos, go. Magos is going to go. He's finished.
All right. She is
He's also
going
got
to
to make sure Grug is following.
Yeah. She is going to stay at the back of the group with one of the crack grenades she had confiscated from one of the soldiers before they left. And she's going to leave the pin pulled on it while holding down the lever as she just keeps her ears out, wide and listening. As they make it further, they would stumble upon the corpses of the several guardsmen she already had sent ahead, and they just have a singular gaping hole in their head from it. It is pure precision, and it's a singular hole in each of their heads.
Flesh.
Grug hates being right.
Lariat's going to look down and look to Cal, and Cal is going to immediately recognize this as a lictor form. A lictor form's work, as it definitely knows where they are and where they are heading now, as it has taken the memories of the fallen guardsmen. Other than that, Lariat is going to just take one of their las rifles and is going to toss it to Grug. It's going to be slightly busted up. The barrel is warped from constant fire. But it still shoots straight enough. And now I would like you all to roll combat rolls.
All right, let's fucking do this. I'm going to die. Yeah, I'm going to die.
Just doing a quick search through my notes.
See, I called it. Grug is dead. Not big surprise.
Yeah. So the poor Grog.
This man's getting skull fucked by this thing.
So the lictor uncloaks right in fucking front of them, and just backhands Grug into a wall. It nearly breaks his spine in one go, putting a major wound on every single one of his body parts other than his head, which gains 2 minor wounds. As
No
for Hale and Lariat, they both are able to react quickly enough as it still charges them, managing to get a minor wound off on both of their chests by slashing at them. But as it does so, Lariat and Kale, I'm going to kind of say the same time here, she draws her combat knife, and one of his arms grabs his power axe, and the two of them cleave through it in one go. Well, Lariat more so stabs it in the throat as frickin' Kale splits it down the middle. And they got lucky because it decided that it was better than them, and it in fact was not.
It decided to attack Grug the Mighty.
Yeah, so Grug is actively bleeding out, which will take another one of, I'm going to assume, oh, actually, no, I'll let this role play out with you guys.
AL are going to walk over where Grug is.
Grug is firmly embedded into the fucking wall.
Assess Grug's condition.
While Grug is actively losing a lot of blood, he can be saved with the rest of the instant Medicaid system.
Grug has
You said his
failed.
spine was broken, right?
Yes.
I use
Wouldn't
the
it be
Medicaid
paralyzed?
You know, maybe.
kit and the repair kit. You know, do some Mechanicus horror to him to make sure he doesn't fail again.
Yeah, so you could very rapidly like augment his spine or something. Yeah, I'll say you can augment his spine while also healing him. This would result in Grug stats all going up by 1.
I'm gonna do that because I am optimizing the survival situation now.
Yeah, because y'all are pretty much fucked. Lariat is going to look around, her eyes constantly darting towards the shadows, her flashlight from her las rifle constantly beaming over every corner as Cal works. And she would notice a ventilation shaft that is, in fact, big enough for all 3 of them to go through. And she's going to ask Kale where that goes. And Kale, with just a glance, would notice that it heads to a maintenance room that is easily sealed off. Also known as a small safe spot, so that they can rest and Lariat can give Grug a quick rundown of how to use the chainsword and lasgun.
Probably some time to get used to the fucking surgery.
Yeah,
Lariat,
because his augment is going to
advantage
be.
to perception. It is a good idea.
My God, I have a 7 in speed now and a 6 in willpower.
She is going to nod and then immediately rip off the vent panel with her hands. She is more than fucking strong enough to do so. She kind of just grabs the edge of it while it's still bolted into the wall and just yanks it down. And she would go in first, and then she'd pop her head back out after a few minutes and say, "We're clear," before heading deeper into it, and then you small prayer while he is augmenting the meat back.
Oh God. Well,
Yeah, that works very well. And as they get into, once they're up and moving, that's not something that every single one does. Some of them are a little bit more fanatic than others. This one
I
seems
know.
to be a little bit kinder. As they get into the maintenance room, they would see that a guardsman has already gotten in here and has taken his own life. And other than the helmet, it's a good set of carapace armor that can be used, even though he already has carapace armor on him. It's actually Lariat is going to take off her own chest plate and put on the new one because hers is significantly damaged from the Hormagon encounter from before. And then she is going to close the eyes on the soldier before just kicking his head in because she is absolutely pissed.
Hey, at least Grug is doing his job as meat shield.
Yes.
Grug is in fact doing his job as fucking meat shield. The fact that he was capable of rolling so highly and that he chose to be a tech priest is the only reason why Grug or Lariat are alive right now. I want to point that out. But Lariat is going to start a small fire and begin making some just some like soup, whatever she has for cans of food in her backpack for herself and Grug. And she looks to Grug and says, "Come here, sit by me. I'm gonna teach you how to use your weapons."
Grug would sit down next to her. No, it'd be easier to hear and everything.
Yeah. She is going to kind of place the chainsword in his hand in the optimal holding position, and she is going to kind of maneuver his fingers. While she isn't gentle, her touch is far gentler than Cal's is, as she would maneuver his
I
fingers
hope so.
around the lever, and she would then squeeze her hand around his hand as the chainsword springs to life and begins roaring as the blades begin spinning.
Dude, to be honest, I'd hope she'd have a gentler touch than the fucking tech priest. I'd be slightly concerned if she didn't.
Lariat is just going to try her absolute best to ignore Cal's rantic screaming.
I just imagine going to here's like the dial tone noises.
Just die.
And
If they have
a fucking warp demon tries to go into his mind. They just kind of see like that old DVD screensaver just bouncing off the edges.
That is
Just
probably
time.
that is probably all his mind is fucking full of. Kale would probably
He's
take
still
a look.
denying the warp.
Oh yeah. He finds several chunks of steel and a small chunk of what looks to be radium. And it is completely inert. There is no radiation going through it, but it does bring the question to him of what kind of illegal things were going on down here, because radium is a banned resource throughout the Imperium except for the tech priests.
there's gonna be a really strange moment where he like brings it up to where his mouth was, as if he's going to eat it, but it just goes clink.
I love characters having quirks. Him just, ooh, radiation.
Yes, it's fuel. Wait, that's not how it works.
Radiation is really hot. But
He's gonna put
Lariat
this
is going to,
in
hmm?
one of his vats.
Yeah. Lariat has taught him how to both use the chainsword and operate the lasgun, as she takes her battery packs for her lasgun and his lasgun, and she's going to toss them into the fire she's created. And she's going to then she's going to grab some kind of pot like uh, thing from one of the counters and set it over the fire as she begins pouring in the soup cans. And she uses her combat knife to stir the soup as she just kind of sighs, just a long, heavy sigh. And she's like, I don't even know if we're going to make it out of here. We still got, 4 miles to go, and we don't even know if it's still there.
Intensive sounds of equipment maintenance as I wreck away their guns and their swords to maintain them. Because fuck you and your emotions. This not happen.
Yeah, honestly, that's another reason why he is a great asset. And right as Grug and Lariat begin to finish eating their food, genuine bolter fire this time is heard as a augmented and distorted voice yells out for Cal, and he's like, "Where the fuck?" And then it's just a sign, "Where the fuck is this goddamn tech priest?"
Rug is gonna turn to Cal. I think they need you. Rug thinks they need you.
Presence not required as of now. Delay optimal.
I can't believe he's actually waiting for them to actually get food and everything.
Oh no, he's not waiting. He's waiting to see if the guy that's calling for him is going to immediately die because he blew his cover.
No, but well, yeah, kinda. A lot more bolter fire echoes out throughout the hallways, along with a chainsword revving before the sounds of tyrannid bodies getting smashed against the wall, and then a grunt of pain as shuffling from the ceramite power armor of a space marine is heard, slowly drawing closer.
All right, now Kal-El will start moving and will use the last charge of his instant medcare kit on the Space Marine. Assume it's Space Marine. I don't know if it is.
Cal's moving at 5 miles a century.
So as he begins to approach the maintenance door, suddenly the figure behind the door yells, and then he is heard getting dragged off by something.
LA was optimal.
Let's go inside.
Yeah, he wasn't making it, but at least he's drawing them away by the continued bolter fire and the fighting that slowly grows more and more distant as Lariat just shakes her head and begins poking the batteries and have them cool off now that they are fully charged.
I love the fact that you can charge batteries with a fire. That's so fucking cool.
You can also charge them by just holding them up to the sun. It is las weapons are the coolest fucking things ever. But yeah, she's going to look up to Cal, and she's going to have a hint of despair, but her faith is not wavering, and she is just going to say, if a space marine can't get out of here or get to us without getting seriously injured, and then who knows what just happened to him, what's going to happen to us? How are we going to get out of here?
Question not optimal.
Brooke, find a way.
She's going to chuckle as Grug speaks, and she's going to be like, you're a real boost for morale, bud.
I just imagine Grog just sounds so strong. You just can't help but convince everyone else.
Yup.
Are we sure that Grug's not like an adolescent ogre at this point?
He might be. At this point, he might be.
I think it would be much funnier if he was. No one knew it.
One weak ass ogre, but yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
I mean, to be fair, he did just get hurt by an explosion, so he might not be at full strength.
That is also true. He did get launched and then survived, falling probably a good 50 feet, and then got up onto his feet and then beat 2 gene stealers to death with a fucking pipe.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
No, he might genuinely be an adolescent fucking ogre.
just like he's pretty weak right now. Why? Because he just had to take an explosion to the face.
But
am I being too pushy with the tech priest?
no.
Okay.
It's fun.
By the way, if you want to know where all the tech hobo vibes are coming from, I have a partially disassembled blender right next to me.
No, that's entirely fair. I should have known that if you were to ever roll anywhere near the tech priests, you would have picked the tech priests. And then once everything is said and done, Lariat is going to once again get in front of Cal, and she is going to then kick the door open, and doing so is actually an amazing idea as she smashes a Hormagon against the wall, getting them smushed in between the door and the wall before she just kicks the door again a couple times as the Hormagon just gets pulverized by it. She is then going to turn to Cal and is going to point down a direction and is going to be like, we're going this way now. She does have a better memory of the Hive City than he does, as she was born here.
I was not going to question that. When feedback speak with such confidence, it's usually more optimal to listen to them.
Yeah?
If
God,
they're
you
wrong, we're
literally...
gonna die soon anyways. Moving on.
Moving on. So they would end up scaling up this ladder that is a little rickety. I'm sure Kale is trying to fix it on his way up and whatnot, or he's just kind of climbing the fucking walls.
He's doing the weird spider thing of just violently shaking along the process. He does not like ladders; they are too small.
Yeah, so they managed to get up this. 1 second. Now that dickhead is no longer idling his motorcycle right next to me, I can finally hear myself talk. But as they finally scale up the elevator shaft, they are face to face with the severely wounded and now severely pissed off Space Marine, who looks at Cal and then just points at him and he's like, "Motherfucker, you were supposed to evacuate 3 days ago. Why are you still fucking here?"
Kyle is going to just pull the STI off. No, not STI. What the fuck is it called again?
The data cube?
Yeah, he's gonna pull the STC off of one of the chains of his robes and just like wave it in front of the tech priest like he's fucking retarded.
The Space Marine is going to look down at him and be like, "What is so important on that STC that you had to stay here and find it?"
Don't say toasters. Don't say toasters. Don't say toasters. Don't say toasters.
B3 player.
To be fair, that is something that
Toasters with large cogs.
Nah, it's the
I'm
key to the
gonna
Emperor's OnlyFans.
I'm gonna roll to see if I can bullshit my way into it being a serious thing. It's an air fryer. It's an air fryer.
Only screens.
The worst part
Or
is that they would absolutely, Jesus fucking Christ, it's an air fryer. The Space
Clearly
Marine is
own
going
an air
to look.
fryer.
The Space Marine is going to look at him. Half of his helmet is shattered, so the Cal can see his eyes furrow as he just glares at him, and he just begins walking in a direction that is opposite of the direction that they are supposed to be going. And Lariat immediately picks up on this and notices that the symbol on his arm does not look right, and she just yells, "Open fire!" And she begins dumping her lasgun rounds into the back of this Space Marine.
Brent should open fire like there is no tomorrow, and then if necessary, plunge a chainsword into one of the joints of the Space Marine's armor.
Actually, the combined lasgun fire into the back of its power pack causes the Space Marine to collapse rather quickly. as Lariat would immediately run up and put her las gun into the hole of the helmet and just pull the trigger several times, as she would then wipe away the very obviously fake frickin' symbol on it to reveal a god, what the fuck are they called again? It's the Alpha Legion. It is an Alpha Legion Space Marine, and Lariat's keen eye is the only thing that saved them.
I'm guessing that's not good news at all.
Nope, not at all. The Alpha Legion are little dirty bastards.
Ah. Button easily muted.
All right, it's too fucking hot out here. No, that does not mean this is over. This just means that I'm moving inside.
Okay.
Where you at, Braxton?
It's on the table. There we go.
I have figured out a way to spin a schematic of an air fryer into being important.
Oh.
Rather than it just being tech priests being tech priests.
I mean, it's clearly a tech priest being a tech priest, but like the minor components of an air fryer could be important, like the heating element, or the power regulation element, or the LEDs in it, or like the different displays. And I am being a tech phobo.
You need.
No, this is entirely fitting to your character. Lariat is then going to shoot the Alpha Legion Space Marine a couple more times.
Can
Inadvisable.
fucking can Grug use his lead pipe to break the joints of the Alpha Marine just in case? Just in
Make
case
a
chaos.
Make a strength roll for me.
Yeah. All right. What is that? Like a 1d10?
Yeah, just a 1d10, and you wouldn't have any additives, but I'm sure your luck is on. Jesus,
10, baby.
fucking Christ. Yeah, definitely an adolescent Ogren, as said lead
You're
pipe
welcome.
just absolutely fucking shatters, and I mean shatters the joints of the Space Marine, cracking the ceramite armor in just a couple of swings.
I just imagine you see the shards embed themselves in walls with the amount of force.
Yeah, probably. Lariat just kind of gently grabs his shoulder and he's like, there is no warp magic in the entire goddamn universe that is making that bitch get back up. You can stop now. She's just afraid of getting hit by the shrapnel.
Grug should stop.
Hello?
Hello, Grug should stop and give her a thumbs up.
For the first time, Space Marines have known true fear.
Kyle is going to just. He is upset about the destruction of the armor. He just doesn't know how to deal with it right now. He knows that that Grug is special.
Grug is certainly special.
Uh, might need to study him as well as the STC.
Yeah, you might have. Even for an Ogren, Ogrens are capable of ripping a Space Marine in half. So this is pretty tame for what an Ogren is capable of doing.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, it could be seen as very unusual for an adolescent one.
Yeah, that is probably not the strength that they should have. But yeah, +1 bolter, +1 Astartes fucking chainsword. The only person here capable of firing the bolter are going to be Grug and Cal.
Wait, really? Doesn't your character have a higher strength score than mine?
Yes, but it is an Astartes bolter, which means the recoil on that thing would blow the arm off of a normal human.
Mm.
Um, hmm. So they're going to continue moving forward, and the little scuffle that they had is going to draw in another Hormagaunt horde. However, the Hormagaunts kind of stop mid in their tracks and are called off by something else for a different reason. Probably, a warrior that just found an actual big group of enemies or something. But they're saved by another group's lives being taken. They would make it another, I want to say, a mile within a couple of hours, and they're now able to see the sun flickering through broken panels in the walls and everything. And outside, they can hear a war still raging on from people who were left behind. Um, as they get to the next door, it is jammed shut. And it is a good 3-foot thick steel Omnissiah door. It's got the Tech Priest logo on it and everything. And Cal would realize where he is, and he is in he's in the part of the city that has most of the manufactorums, ammunition, all of that. Behind this door would lead to a factory that would allow them to get up and outside, and like genuinely outside. However, neither of them have rebreathers on, and thus it would likely kill both Grug and Lariat just from the the fumes that are outside of the Hive City.
Stand clear of ventilation.
Lariat would nod, and with hearing that, she would begin looking around for any corpses that still have a rebreather on them or just anything. Um, as Kale gets the door open, they are now immediately face to face with that same Hormagaunt swarm with a warrior standing at the back. Which means roll combat.
Not well.
I gotta
Poor
say,
Lariat.
the power
Hey,
of
both
Grug
of you.
wins again.
Yeah, neither of you guys get injured, and since gotta relook at my notes to see exactly how many are here. All right. So, Lariat's roll is null and void because both of you rolled a 7, and both of you get to kill half of the opposing force each. And that also means that y'all will either have to like play rock, paper, scissors or something over killing the warrior. But there is 115 Hormigons here.
Hmm.
I will let
I'll go take the ones on the
Betty
left.
have the ones on the left and the warrior if that's more convenient. Because Cal is surrounded by his temple. He must respect the spirits within.
Oh yeah, he's not going to end up using that plasma gun, which would like 3-shot the warrior.
Yeah, he must respect the spirits. He must prevent them from suffering as he has.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Grug is using the Astartes chainsword.
Yeah, Grug just kind of bulldozes through his half of the Hormigons as if they were sandpaper. And yeah, we'll have Grug fight the warrior, which is where actual roleplay combat comes in, because it's not just shooting shit and blasting them away.
Mhm.
So as you know, Grug leaves through the Hormigons, and the tech priest, Cal takes a more delicate and precise approach. The warrior's head would snap towards Grug as it would roar and charge at him, as it would bring down one of its bio blades onto towards the top of him.
I is noticing this. Grug is going to take advantage of his speed to be able to step out of the way of the biosword. Having a feeling that that would probably be dangerous to make contact with at all.
Yeah, it literally cleaves through the steel floor. Like it creates a big ass indent in the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Do not create ventilation.
And to try to capitalize on this. What Grug is going to try to do is to plunge the chainsword down into the back of the warrior's armor and then rev it up to kind of shred its way through a little bit.
All right. As he does that, purplish pink blood would. No, I think it's green. Hold on. I have to remember which freaking hive fleet this is. All right, so purple blood would spew from the back of its armor, as it would then turn around with its lower set of arms and slap Grug across the face, and that slap does practically fucking nothing except trigger his Ogren DNA and just piss him off.
Yes. You slap Grug. Grug no like that. He's going to go to rip off the arms. You just use his bare hands.
Roll a strength roll for me, because that is still a feat.
8.
An 8. Yeah. The arms fucking come off. Grug's chainsword is still embedded in its back as it lets out a shriek of pain, but shows no hint of fear as it goes to swing its bladed arms down onto him.
In that case, while the chainsaw continues to do its thing, and as the bladed arms come to swing, Greg is once again gonna try to dodge the swing before pulling out their las rifle to shoot the fucker in the face multiple times.
All right. So the first couple of rounds from the las rifle do practically nothing. And then its armor starts heating up and glowing red. And then suddenly its brains splatter out the hole that he created with heavy directed las gun fire. And the Tyranid warrior would drop dead as the chainsword would finally stop revving as the lever slowly depresses on its own.
Greg is gonna move and pull the chainsword out. Greg win. He sounds proud.
He probably is proud. As for Cal, yeah, he surgically tears apart his half of Hormagaunts.
Yeah.
And I think checking my notes again. I really should have memorized this, but it's just the test run, so it doesn't really matter. We are on chapter 3, the Factorium. Chapter 3, part 1. Okay, yeah. So, as Cal is done, killing everything, I'm guessing he probably activates his auspex to try to fight rebreathers.
Does he have to? Yeah, he has to.
I mean, he does want his meat bags. He does want his meat shield to survive. So,
Because if they step outside, they are done for.
Yeah, he's going to get. He's going to use the auspex and just make sure to check to see if there's any contaminants in the rebreathers. He's seen that go horribly wrong before.
Yeah, so he would find a factory line that is, in fact, that was producing rebreathers for the guard. And while most of them are, in fact, contaminated by just spores from the Tyranid bioforms, there is a couple sets that are not, in fact, contaminated. However, they are higher up on the conveyor belt and thus would either require dismantling of it or climbing up there to get them.
It's just on a conveyor belt, right?
Yes.
Is the machine still functional?
It is, in fact, still functional. However, power seems to be finicky. So it could take several moments and draw in a horde.
Hmm. By the Omnissiah's will function. And he's going to try to reach up and use one of the servo arms to get the conveyor to run backwards so that the packaged ones fall down for him or the others to catch.
This actually works.
Yay.
They do fall down. Lariat does manage to catch them, and she would unpackage hers, quickly strapping it to her helmet and connecting it properly and everything. As her breathing becomes more silent before becoming filtered, as she would toss one up to Grug or to Grug.
Gross is gonna slap that shit on. He does not. He has never used a rebreather before.
So this is where him being an Ogren comes into play. He immediately feels trapped inside of the mask, as Lariat is going to walk over and gently readjust the mask so that it is still sits snugly on his face and properly connects. However, it is not squeezing his face enough to give him his claustrophobia.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, Grug would hyperventilate for a couple of moments before Lariat comes over.
Yeah.
Other than that, checking my notes again. Oh my god, I didn't actually write much after this. I just have Factorium, Horde of Hormagaunts, Tyrannid Warrior, and then everything I have after that is they move through the Factorium, they manage to escape the Factorium, and they get out into the Hive City's outer shell, and they're capable of seeing the tower, and on there they can see the engines of the evacuation shuttle, but there are still Tyranids climbing up that tower, which means they're going to have to go through hell and back to get to evac.
We can call it here since this is like an hour plus session.
Yeah, we could also call it here, or you could have Cal call the evac ship to him because he's more important than the guardsmen.
Are there any other tech priests?
Not alive.
Yeah, he's gonna do that shit in a heartbeat.
All right, the ship would abandon the part of the regiment that is still up there, and it would fly down to them. And it would open its bay doors. The guards, the Tempest, the Scions inside, looking to Cal and just yelling at him to get on board.
He is, but also he is displeased at being yelled at.
Well, to be fair, there's a lot of gunfire going on around them, so it's pretty hard to get your head back on straight, even if you're talking to a tech priest.
That's fair enough. He will not forgive them, but he will tolerate them for now.
So they actually try to stop Grog and Lariat from getting onto the evac ship.
No, mine.
The Tempest Scion is going to take a small step back, just seeing the plasma gun bolted to his fucking servo arm, and he's just going to be like, yeah, okay, they can come along. And thus concludes the test session. I would like honest feedback.
I'm surprised Grug survived this long.
I'm also surprised Grug survived
He
so
survived
long.
one combat encounter.
I was really worried about the power imbalance, but after seeing and witnessing Grug, I'm fine with it.
It was fun.
Yeah, the teams aren't meant to be balanced between characters. You could literally have a runt of a ratling on the same team as a fucking dreadnought, and that's just how it's gonna go. And depending on the characters of said team that are trying to escape, will kind of decide how many and what enemies I actually throw at you. Because whereas the tech priest and Grug could survive a warrior onslaught, Lariat would die right there. While she is incredibly strong, she does not have the speed needed to take on that many warriors at once. You know. Now,
In Grug is just Grug.
yeah. And the longer sessions that I plan to make, where you're not going to get anywhere near evac in the first session, there is going to be more of that survival aspect that requires them to genuinely think. I also didn't expect this to be a voice session. I expected this to be a text-based session. So that is another reason why things were a little bit harder for me to do.
I feel like it was much more fun in voice chat.
It definitely was. It was absolutely entertaining to have in voice chat.
So I can do
Exactly.
that.
Definitely should use the stage area next time so that I can talking stick.
Yay. Yay.
Yeah,
Yay.
getting talked over was a little annoying, especially in the moments when I was trying to describe certain things. But other than that, I'm glad y'all liked it. I was really afraid that you guys would end up not liking it at all.
Yeah, it was really fun. And I'm so impressed that I lived.
So am I. I genuinely thought Grug was going to die, but I also forgot Tech Priest that it also happened to be rich as fuck.
And also for some reason I get really lucky.
Yeah, that is the luck of an Ogren. I'm not gonna lie to you. They are some of the luckiest bastards in 40k.
I is just happy ogre noises in the corner.
But yeah, this was really enjoyable. I certainly as hell fucking miss doing dice game.
Nice. Yay.
Nice game.
As concluded.
I
Alright.
guess I gotta say, any other notes or anything that I can improve on when it comes to DMing?
None from me.
You did great. I mean, you did better on the environments than I usually do because I usually have to create a map and draft it out. You did it in a very linear fashion, which really works for this game.
Yeah, it's not meant to be a path where you can go off in this direction, in that direction, because evac is only in one direction, and you got to get to evac.
Yeah.
And in this case, you guys had mere hours to get to evac, whereas in others, you might have days to a week or something to get to evac, which will, create a longer session. But again, this was just a test session to see if there's anything that I needed to improve on with the system or anything like that.
Uh, I know that Kyle would suggest more cognition.
I love how this entire freaking session only existed because Cal decided that he needed that toaster blueprint. Sorry, air fryer blueprint.
It's an air fryer, and he has the freedom to overextend to the point where he can sacrifice the lives of half a fucking planet. Who's going to question the fucker with a plasma rifle strapped to his arm?
Not very many people will. Sure, there are some people out there that absolutely would, loyalist space marines and other tech priests, but I don't think the tech priests are going to question him because all hail the air fryer.
I'm sure Kyle got something else out of this as well.
Microwave
He got
noises.
the Ogren.
Yeah.
He got the Ogren
he got an
and
adolescent
Lariat.
ogre to study.
You know, if
Yeah.
he if he keep that Ogren as a personal bodyguard and just replace Lariat with him, I think that he would be quite happy with this. He has obtained an upgrade.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Lariat she's smart. That's pretty much all I can get. I mean, she's smart and she can also throw hands with a space marine, so there's that.
Well, yeah.
And then there's Grug. He he busted up a space marine's armor and joined using a fucking pipe.
Yeah, see, whereas Lariat can throw hands with a space marine, Grug can throw a space marine.
It's like a Tusken Raider. You see him fucking picking up a space marine instead of a rifle.
I don't think Grug is smart enough to become a rogue trader.
Yes. You see Cal teaching the Grug.
Oh yes, fucking
Oh,
Ogren lead an entire fleet of fucking ships and, making trades with planets.
I don't
See,
think that Cal is going to be patient enough to teach an Ogren.
Nobody is
But
patient enough to teach an Ogren. You
hear
gotta
hear
be
me out.
careful while teaching an Ogren, otherwise you'll become past tense.
But hear me out. It is for the glory of the air fryer.
Glory of the air fryer Omnisaya.
Praise be the code.
So, Matt, since you were here to witness the entire session, what are your opinions on this?
I just had fun listening in. I was hunting monsters that entire time and getting my ass handed to me by Omega Planties.
Now, see, if you had Grug on your side, you wouldn't have been getting your ass handed to you.
You know, Drug was only as good as he was because I was giving him luck.
And that's why you were getting your ass kicked.
It was why I was getting my ass kicked. I beat him in the end, but I got my ass kicked for like 3 rounds there, and I wasted a lot of Mega Demon Drug.
Or fueled luck. Oh my god! Imagine Ogren Psyker.
No.
Don't,
Dear God,
I
no.
don't think that's possible.
No, it is.
But it'd be
It is. And Ogren Psychers are almost as scary as Orc Psychers.
I don't know.
Okay, Orc Psychers are not that scary. Orcs on mass, like WOG level orc, is scary because their psychic presence is enough to change pretty much everything about reality. Yeah, their psychic presence changes things about reality.
If I remember correctly, an Orc Psyker is only effective in a WoW.
Yep, they're
Exactly.
genuinely, but weird boys are genuinely terrifying when it comes to it, though, because they can essentially accidentally exterminatus the entire WOG.
But then how would
About half of the entire WOG can exterminatus the entire WOG.
Yeah, that's
It's
it
orcs.
it just takes a knob getting really, really pissed off and just start killing other orcs. Hell, they
I
could
mean, they
just do
do
it for
love
fun.
No, you'd probably be more looking to see one of the boys getting disheartened and doing that. If you're lucky, you'll get a Gits.
Yeah. I'm still learning about orcs. I mean, I know practically everything about Ogrins because Ogrins are absolutely fucking amazing.
Brooks become connoisseur in his spare time?
Sa, reporting for duty, sa. Ogrins are fucking amazing.
Hmm.
That's why I was so confused as to how I didn't already have Ogrins on the archetype fucking list. Because, like,
I can't I can't wait for the campaign where we're all orcs.
I'd have to completely remake the archetype system for orcs specifically, because currently I only have the archetype system for the Imperium, because
No, even better. The archetype system. The archetype system would just be what the orcs believe they are.
oh my god, orcs becoming Imperial loyalists because they just got so fucking confused and mixed up during the war.
Yes.
They just accidentally started fighting for the Imperium and they're just taking on these roles that they're supposed to. And oh my god, that would be hilarious. Oh my god, we could do that for the fucking joke one that I have set up. The Muppet Factory of Death is what it is called.
Oh, I don't want to do Muppets.
Yeah, nobody wants to do Muppets because they're fucking terrifying.
I just don't like doing Muppets. 。
What, you don't want a sentient Muppet wrapping their little fucking furry fingers around your throat and choking your life out?
No, not really.
I don't blame y'all.
Not a fan of the experience. 2 out of 10. Not worse than my wife.
No, I'm sure the Imperium would just nuke that factory or just fucking exterminatus the world that it is on. Just be like, nope. I got that from the session that I made on the Muppets. I based it off of the Friendly Neighborhood game, the one with all of the psychopathic Muppets.
Oh, I kind of know what you're talking about. I
Yeah.
didn't really follow through on like the binge watch through because I got bored/frustrated halfway through with a bunch of the commentary.
I just played the game myself.
Yeah. Some of these new generation Let's Players are fucking annoying to watch.
Yeah, they try to commentate so much because they're trying to be like the, old school YouTubers, but you can't try to be like them. You just gotta be yourself, and that's how people like fucking Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, all of them got up there because
May I suggest watching Manly Badass Hero?
Hey, that one's great. I watch him regularly. He did Bug
Yeah.
Snap. Bug Snaps.
I may, in fact. Yeah, so I will probably scrap the Muppet Factory then, since it has no traction.
Mhm.
I mean, I literally made